Rap exclusive, man.
Smoke so much pep that I just might go color, man. It's so you can let it
Holy moly! We're back. He's back. The man himself is back. Jay Money.
Gone for a minute, but back.
Back again. Back in action.
Good to be back. Good to be.
It's been a while.
How are you guys?
We're good now.
Yes.
Now that you're back, we're good. We're feeling ready to go. The three uncles have landed and are back in the building.
100%. It's been a while, so yeah. No.
Yeah, no, I obviously went on a couple of weeks of holiday, back to PNG, which was really good. Visited 4 different places: Rabaul, Kirwina Islands, part of the Chovian Islands, and then Conflict Island, which was I've never heard of that place before, so it was good to go there.
Wow.
A private owned island too as well, so it was pretty
first class.
Yeah.
Wow.
VIP experience.
Yes.
Privately owned by Australia.
Yeah, sure. Everything had Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Wow.
Everything was paid by card.
Yeah.
The island was so clean. The water was. They had a turtle sanctuary too as well. So and cabins all everywhere.
How big's the island? Like,
I think
roughly.
probably around 5 kilometers long.
Oh,
and then
wow,
yeah,
decent.
Not that long.
yeah. So you could. There was an airstrip in the middle of it.
Oh.
So I think that probably is the only way you could get there, apart from if you get a cruise or a boat, you could just fly in, because the airstrip was quite long.
Yeah.
5 kilometers. And how much did you say they paid for that?
Oh, 26 million, I think, from what we were getting told.
I reckon that's cheap for an
Yeah,
That
especially in another country owned by a foreigner. So yeah.
Wonder how they got that deal.
Yes.
PNG, you let one go.
But yeah, it was really good. I felt refreshed. I also think going back home brings a lot of perspective.
Yeah.
Like we talk about it on the podcast about our roots and where we come from, but just going back and seeing the life of how our people live, especially in Alatar and Rabaul, where in the rural villages where they don't have a lot, they don't not much power in places like that, no running water, but they make use of what they have. And we were on a tour with a Kiwi lady, and she was just crying because she was just sad to see how they live life like that, but they were still happy welcoming us into their village.
They're the happiest people.
Yeah, so
I think that really surprises a lot of foreigners when they see like places like PNG, other parts of the world.
yeah, she was just so taken back. Yeah, because the houses that we went to and the village that we visited, literally they just had their house, no power, and things like that, where she was just like, why are these people so happy? True. They don't have a lot, but it's just your perspective in life, I think, and seeing that was just eye-opening for myself to kind of see it from their perspective, but also like a humbler for me too as well. Like brings a lot of humility when we go back, and I'm sure you guys share the same sentiment too as well when you go back home.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
And highlight of the trip, if there is one.
Bro, seeing the volcano, Mount Woodward, yeah.
Did you go up?
No, I wish I did, but we were only there for I think 20 minutes, but just to see it.
Be in the presence of it is unreal.
And just the people from Rabaul and the history associated with the place, because a lot of PNG people don't know the history of, how it was colonized by the Germans and then ruled by Japan and all of those. And we went through a place where it was called the New Guinea Yacht Club, just in Rabaul, and they had all these things about
The history of
the history. So it was. And even like the volcano explosions in '94, how there were 2 volcano eruptions, which I didn't know about, and just
Did you see the other crater across?
That's all.
That's the main one.
That destroyed.
That destroyed, because then everyone had to move to
That's the
Kokopor.
mama.
Yeah.
That's it.
What's it called?
Vulcan.
Yeah. Do we know what Tavulvul means in the?
Oh man, you just put me on the spot. I've heard before, but
I should have asked.
you should. I honestly
it's
don't
not
know.
your village. So.
That's right.
No.
It's not it's just my dad's bless. So. That's a joke.
But they have all,
I actually don't know.
They have Olgato, like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's
They're the ones that walked us up when we went.
Oh yeah.
They have tours and just what is it? People that show you the hot springs.
Yes,
as well.
yeah.
You can actually, I was asking Jackman before we started if you guys cook they can actually like boil bananas, for you, eggs. There's actually this like this huge bird that like lives around the volcano area and digs down, like lays its eggs underneath. Man, like digs meters down just to keep the eggs warm. But people actually crawl, like they start digging, and people actually go right under the ash into the hot ground just to pick up the eggs and go sell them at the market. Wild fowls, megapod, I think, or megapod or something. Yeah. But they are delicious when they're cooked in the
And
nice
just hearing about the traditional landowners as well, I think there's 5 different ones that I can't really remember. I might butcher the pronunciation, but the Tapas, Tolai people, and how each people have their own. Because I found out what Kokopo meant, and it was landslide, I think, in the native tongue, from what the tour guide was telling us.
Yeah.
And so hearing things like that just made me really appreciate PNG, because I want to go and see other parts like KBN, because listening to the last podcast.
Heaps of good stuff.
Kimbe.
And we were even talking to Jack Gowden the other night. Lighthouse Foundation.
Oh, Lighthouse Foundation.
He was saying, because he's done a lot of work in the Highlands.
Even that,
He's done the Highlands Highway, and like when he was saying that as an Aussie, he was like, I went through the Highlands Highway and I felt a bit embarrassed. Like I was like, fuck, I'm from PNG, I've never done the Highlands Highway.
Exactly. You hear about it, but you never travel there. That's something I wanna definitely.
That's one thing on my bucket list. Highlands Highway, Kokoda.
Yes.
Madang, Wewak. Need to even just the big rivers like
the Fly River, bro. You have to see the Fly River
and
at least once. Fly and Sipik, definitely. Fly River is like huge, man. Massive. My parents used to spend a lot of time there for work, but
that's right.
Always coming back with stories.
Old man used to do a lot of like fisheries work.
Marine work. Just with community as well, doing like community development for PNG SDP and all that. But it's a beautiful place. Definitely one to visit. Good fishing there. Apparently, I'm not sure if it's still on, but there's a resort there. They do like fishing.
Well, that's our next episode, I think. Let's go into your holiday.
Yes.
And go into detail about the places and what you saw, what you liked. Maybe
what you
some
got up
things
to.
that you didn't like. If there were things as well. And then we can talk about, maybe let's come prepared and have like 3 destinations or 3 places that we really want to go and visit. And then you guys in the comments, you can let us know if you've been there, what should we go and see and stuff like that.
That's right. And also, just going back to the meaning of Tavurvur, if you know the meaning, comment right now. I know there's some Tolai listeners out there. I should know, but fuck guys, it's been a while now.
That's like, he's not a real Tolai, he's a true Karuku man.
I was gonna say Tavurvur, but yes, Karuku for sure, definitely. Okay.
Well, focusing back to tonight's topic, last week it was mental health week here in Australia. So it starts on the 12th of June and then runs until the 18th of June. And during this week, particularly around men's health, the topic focuses on about what we can do to encourage positivity and expression of, a lot of us as blokes, we often have this, chip on our shoulder that everything will be all right. We don't have to show our emotions, and we often get caught up in this idea that we have to be tough all the time. But I think there's a little bit of, sense of bravery in being vulnerable, and particularly with the Men's Mental Health Week last week, there was 5 different topics that the website that I looked at asked us. It's called. We'll have to get it here. Perhaps some notes. It's called Australian Men's Health Forum. So on that page, it talked about 5 different topics that I thought we should discuss, particularly given that most of our listeners, from that stat that you read at the start, were men. And I think it'd be good just for us to kind of touch on little tips and tricks that I guess within these 5 things that we can share, so that people can listen to them, try them out, and if they have any tips and they want to share with us, then they can also do so in the comments. So the first one was around eating and eating healthy, and sort of what habits that you guys have put into your lifestyle. So I'll start with you first, Chucky.
Yeah.
In terms of eating healthy and prepping your lunches and doing things like that, what sort of some routines that you've implemented in terms of getting that right in your life? Obviously, we get sidetracked and we eat KFC and things like that. And
I was going to say, yeah.
But in terms of eating healthy, is there any sort of recipes that you do that are easy or things like that you do that can be shared on this podcast to people that, you know, can take some
definitely
tips from?
Like just what you touched on earlier, like, you know, sometimes you do get caught up in, you know, I guess you're moving around a lot. So I'll be honest, in the last week, I think I've eaten out like way more than I should. Spent a lot of money on food eating out. And yeah, that should definitely be a treat. So like once a month or something. But, you know, that's what I was going off before. Basically, you know, I like to keep it simple. Rice, cocoa. As or not both, but like, you know, one or the other. For your staple. I usually just get, you know, veggies, whether it's the frozen veggies or it depends on, you know, if I have time to go to the supermarket or just on a Saturday, if I'm lucky, if I wake up early, just go down to the market, grab some, like a handful of, you know, good beans and capsicum and, you know, spinach, any kind of greens. I'll always make sure there's greens. And then also always make sure in the veggies, there's some colorful stuff, you know, your different capsicums or your carrots. Apparently that's good, so it's good for your vitamins and all that. And then, that's for meal prep. So rice, vegetables, and with meat, I always keep it simple. Minced meat, whether it's pork, beef. Recently in the last few years, I've been sort of moving away from beef. If I have a steak, then that's like rare. But just like I try to just stay away from beef. No particular reason. I just want to keep to like chicken, turkey, pork, or something like that. So just keep it simple: meat, veggies, carbs. And white meat. And then, you know. So you know, I gotta keep it.
That was good. Like fish.
Fish. Definitely fish. Guys, fish is definitely one of those meats that I try to get in every now and again. So salmon. Salmon, definitely. Salmon's the really good. Fuck, man. I like Aldi used to have. I don't know if they still have. Aldi has like $25 for a whole packet of like 9 or 11 frozen.
They're good.
Man. Fuck. Go to Aldi, guys. Go to Aldi. If you're in Brisbane or Australia. So simple, quick and easy. And then in between, obviously, like I try not to snack. Just because, like, I think for myself anyway, it's just diet. Diet's my biggest thing. Not diet, but just watching what I eat. I know, I put on weight very easily. That's something I've always struggled with. Just personally, I've always tried to sort of just stay away. If I feel like right now, my face is getting a little bit round, then I know that I've been having a bit too much fast food, a bit too much sugar, soft drink, all that kind of stuff. Then you can see signs in your face. Obviously, another thing is gut health. So you know, if you're passing stool regularly, that's good. If it's clogging up a little bit, you gotta monitor that side of things as well. So you know if your guts are moving healthy. But just basic things: meal prep, knowing when to. The last thing I'll touch on is also when I do find myself putting on an excessive amount of weight. So if I'm going past, this is embarrassing, but like if I get up to like past a little bit like 115 and going up there, I know some of you guys are probably a little bit more heavier than me, just to make myself feel good. But I'm joking. But then I start doing things like intermittent fasting. And then waking up early before I eat. Obviously, that window just like, you know, you do some activity and try and bust out a few exercises, like HIIT exercises. I've been getting a lot of tips from 4 p.m. Fitness, Antoine.
Yes.
Antoine actually sometimes acts like a life coach for me. So
Cali nigga,
man, he's always there.
That's the guy. Shout out 4 p.m. Fitness.
Shout out 4 p.m. Fitness. That guy, honestly, every time. He's like, over the years, he'll just like send across a voice recording, you know, good day today, like get up and early, get out there and, you know, get the bread. Like just little voice notes like that, man. After that, like, you know, after a while,
Motivating.
bro, it's so motivating. So
Yeah.
and yeah, his page is just motivating as well. When he does his fitness courses, so you know, I never went through the whole thing. The what was it? Whole 30 days thing. I think I stopped around. I think I died at 15 days. Like that. 200 push-ups, and 300 push-ups, and like that's already going a bit too far for me. So, but yeah, I just pick up a few light exercises from there and just include them into the day. But that's when I'm on my game. So I need to get on my game. Do some of this stuff.
Yeah, I think another good thing is to maybe look to the markets as well.
Yeah.
Like, I think we probably save about $30 when we go and shop at the markets, and that's your fruit and veggies, and you can even get meats there.
Yeah.
They usually have a trailer, and it's all these guys that sell wholesale meats. They got T-bone steaks, salmon, fish.
Fresh ingredients.
Yeah, it's pretty like reduced. The prices. So, I mean, if you're looking for an alternative, like go to your markets. I know West End is on Saturday, and Milton is on Sunday, and you know, out in the suburbs, I know
Castledine has a great market on Saturdays.
One of the best markets. They have everything, you know, clothes.
At Redcliffe as well, I think around.
Redcliffe markets.
Yeah.
Even Wynnum, if you're on that
Wynnum.
side of town.
Yes.
Yep.
Really
That
nice.
Esplanade cats,
Yeah. So
I've been.
check out the markets. You can get. We spent probably about $50 at like Aldi or Coles, and then when we go to the markets, just fruit and veg themselves, it's about $20. And we're set for the week. So you can save $30, and then you can, you know, put on that same game multi on the week.
Foraging.
Oh, which brings us down. The next topic.
No, just kidding. But yeah, that's an alternative if you think the shops are too high priced. You know, go to the markets. Go get a coffee. Go get a treat.
And the shops are high priced. We're not making that up. They're actually, honestly, if you really think about it, the markets are the best place.
There's also another page that I look at called Funky Foods.
Ooh.
They sell oddly shaped food,
wow.
like fruits and veggies and things like that. So I think a box is $40, and from people that I've spoken to say it lasts them up to 2 weeks. So I think looking at that thing, I don't really know their actual Instagram handle, but it's called Funky Foods if people out there looking for an alternative to as well, apart from the markets and going to the store. So that was the first one, which was how to eat right. The second one, sleep. So I guess sleep's a big part in terms of getting our body right for the next day. And I wanted to put it out to you both. Is there any sleep routines that you guys have that, you know, when you get into bed, you switch off all phones before, you know, a couple of hours before, an hour before? What time do you usually go to sleep? Do you have an alarm set, or are they using your phone for an alarm, or do you buy an alarm? So I think tips and tricks that we can share.
With sleeping, it's always a tricky one. Like, I think I went through a period, when was it, 2 or 3 years ago, when it was after like my knee surgery, when I just couldn't sleep at all. Like just tossing, turning at night, and then I'd probably get like 2 or 3 hours of sleep. And then, so I did a bit of research, and I was looking into things like, how do I get myself to sleep a lot quicker? And so there are a few things that I read up online and sort of practiced and did them at night to try help me sleep and that. So one of them was like, it's funny, I read up on this, like how the Navy SEALs, how they need to sleep when they're like fighting in war. Because like at times when, you know, they go for days on an adventure, one person has to sleep for like 2 hours while the rest are looking while they're at war. And that 2 hour of sleep's like they'll take turns at it. So
that's so interesting.
Out of one person,
because they can be on a mission for like 48 hours. And then all of them need to be alert during that 48 hours. There's no sleeping. But if someone
needs some kind of sleep.
But if someone's on that edge of I need to sleep now, then get 30 minutes and then swap. Put the next person down. But then you're hearing all this gunfire and bombs going off in the background. So anyways, we come back. this is how they slept. So I think the first thing was controlling your breathing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I think it was, 2 deep breaths in, 1 long breath out. Just while your head is rested, that's the other part. Your head needs to be rested in a upright position, comfortable position.
Yeah.
And then you start your breathing. So I think they said if you keep doing that breathing routine and you get to about like 20, 30 breaths, you should already be asleep.
Yeah.
And that's during conflict, that's during gunfire.
Yeah. But those guys, they've obviously trained
for that.
Yeah.
They've trained for that. Their minds know when to switch on and switch off. So breathing exercise, they put you to sleep. So that's one. And then they also said to picture a place that you would love to be in at that moment. So maybe it's like, a white sandy beach for you, or maybe your village.
Yeah.
So like a happy place.
Yeah.
And then so while you're breathing, you're visualizing that happy place, and then your whole body gets calm, relaxed, and then you automatically fall asleep. And I think the last point was you want to keep your feet and hands cold. Your feet and hands warm. And then your heart cold, because it's usually hot.
Yeah, because it's beating and doing all of that work. Yeah.
And so that gets you to sleep quicker. And it worked for me.
Yeah. Dude, that's so insightful.
Just knock myself out and go straight to bed. And then so I think that sort of helped me get over it. Obviously, I don't do that anymore now. Now I just turn over, and once I hit the pillow, it's night-night. But yeah, Charles, anything with sleep for you?
Definitely the breathing part. I know, like, the slow breaths, slow deep breaths.
Yeah.
Definitely not eating a big meal before bed.
Yes.
That's one of the ones I really try to avoid. And just trying to get just that rest. I always like to do with the heart. Again, I try to keep the pressure off. I don't sleep too much on. If I feel like my chest is a bit too compressed with with pillows and all that kind of stuff, I try to alleviate the pressure and the pillow. Just trying to sleep comfortably. If you're comfortable, you'll be all good. Actually, a funny thing about me as well, I have to cover my eyes. I need my eyes
Do you have a
sleep mask?
Sleep mask. I have a few sleep masks. If I can't be fucked getting my sleep mask, bro, just blanket, Ninja Turtles, bro.
Leopard print sleep mask.
Bunny rabbit. Actually, I have some, man. Not leopard print. But that'd be weird, man. Cover the eyes. That gets me to bed way quicker, and empty stomach.
Yeah, those 2 points are really good. I think having a routine and not eating before bed and trying to read a book or something to tire yourself out, which is to summarize that. Which, thank you, fellas. That's a good point. And then another thing off the top of that, we're halfway through in terms of topics that we thought we'd discuss and speak on tonight's podcast is about drinking. And obviously, Richie, I know you went through a couple of months at the start of the year where you were off the drink for a little bit, which was really good to see and inspiring. So I guess
hope I inspired someone.
Yeah. I guess in terms of, obviously we don't have to go cold turkey. We enjoy a drink here and there. I know I do, but in terms of controlling and going a couple of weeks without drinking, and then obviously just making sure that we're not abusing in a way, like consuming alcohol so often. So do you have any tips from your experience, just particularly at the start of the year, you can shed light on for our viewers?
So I've done it for the last 2 years, where I go 3 months at the start of the year, mainly because it's there's not many events on at that time. People are still recovering from New Year's, so it's a pretty easy time to steer clear from the alcohol. But I think, for me it was just about not putting myself in situations or positions where alcohol was present.
Yeah.
Because that really helped, because I'm a yes man. So if someone twisted my arm, they said, "Oh, you know, Richie, you want a beer?" I'd be like, "Fucking oath, I want a beer." So just little things like that. You know, if people at work are going for a drink, just sorry guys, like I'm heading home. I got stuff to do. Yeah. And you know, this was a good excuse at the start when we were starting. You know, I've got to go record the podcast with you. Fair enough.
That's actually really good.
That's actually,
So it just, I think little things like that, go back to what you said, routine. Making sure that maybe if you don't want to drink, maybe set something up for the next morning. So if, say it's a Friday night, say, you know, you message your sister, say, let's go for a run. Message your friend, let's go for a run Saturday morning. So it kind of gives you the motivation that you know you're going to go for a run at 6 a.m. the next day. Don't go drinking that night because you've already made commitments with that person. So there's more of an incentive to, you know, go home, go to bed, you know, watch a movie. Maybe eat some chocolate, whatever. But then you
get that out of the way.
But then you've got a commitment to go to.
And definitely the thing about the, you know, having something the next day. I always use that. Like now, I've been very good these days with staying away from the drink and, you know, staying a bit away from like work functions and that. Like I'll go for like a dinner or something, but. If they're gonna do kick-ons and all that, like it's like, sorry guys, gotta do something the next day, and then they usually respond. If they don't, then they're not good people that don't give a fuck about you. But one of the things that I was gonna say as well. Speaking of workmates, one of the guys from work just messaged. But anyway, so. Like you said, having something on the next day. You remember when Willie Malala and you and I used to do like morning sessions on Saturdays? Bro, that actually stopped me from doing stuff on a Friday night. So after that, it just became routine, and then I just sort of tried to be a bit more responsible. And you know, just put in some. Have a bit of accountability, really. Yeah,
that's a good point, accountability. So that's 3 of the 5. The next one, number 4, is move. So during men's health, one of the topics they speak about is exercise and you know, finding ways that we can go out, do exercise to not only keep ourselves healthy but our mind clear. When we have a stressful day at work, we can switch off and come home. So in terms of exercise, for you both, what sort of activities you guys do, or you played any sport or anything like that you can sort of shed light on, and then some of our viewers that, you know, if they want to get into how fun it can be, I guess.
I'll touch on something that Charles and I are a part of. So we play TRL, touch on Thursday nights.
Really fun.
With some of our mates, and
so good.
That's been really good. So I think it's just at Shore Road. At Nanda. Just across from North's Rugby Union. So we just signed up a team. There's some, you need to pay your fees. I think it's not sure how much, but it was about $100 each for us. But you know, that $100 goes a long way in, you know, running around for a bit. Because we used to play rugby before, and we just love throwing the footy around. And it's good to be like around a group of guys you enjoy being around and throwing footies around, and also we're undefeated.
Bro, undefeated so far, touch wood.
Undefeated.
No, good.
It's fun.
It's been going really good. Bro, the boys actually put in a lot of work when they play. It actually made me step up my game. Actually, last week, man, no reserves. When I saw that, I was like, "Fuck, bro!" I made sure I bought boots as well, because I was letting down the team. Because like when I was wearing sand shoes, bro, I'd fall. I'd try thinking I scored a try, but it'd be like 5 meters in. Fuck! That was the laugh for the whole game. But got boots, everything, and then rocked up, and then Richie was like, "All right, come on," and I was like, "Oh fuck! Oh, there's no reserves. All right, see." Bro, worked my ass off because everyone was working their asses off, and it makes you feel like, oh fuck! It brings back that team morale again.
Yeah.
No, it's so good. Touch on Thursdays is excellent.
That's actually the last point which you guys just touched on there about mateship.
Ooh.
And of the 5 things that we spoke about, because during this men's health week, sorry, they talk about different sort of health that are associated with us. I mean, everyone from, you know, physical to psychological, and mateship's a big part when it comes to, you know, checking up on your mate, making sure that they're alright, and there's nothing, you know, always, I can chat to you, I've got time for you. So I think going back to that, playing a sport and things like that, what are some ways apart from that that you can check up on your mate or stay connected with mates that you guys do, that you feel that's important? And then I guess further to that, what ways do you guys keep in touch with your mates just to check up on them and making sure that they're always, you know, you're always connected?
That's a really, really good question. I think, you know, here in Australia, this is one thing that I've been noticing a lot. So like, you know, when you go into a group setting, or say if you go to work and someone says, "Oh, how you doing, mate?"
Yeah.
It's like, "Oh, good," because it's like, it's just a saying.
Yes, yeah.
It's not really like, it's not actually how are you going means.
Yeah.
It's just like, how you going, mate? It's like,
Yeah.
It's just a quick greeting.
Or not too bad. And like that person's not gonna actually tell you how they feel. Like,
Yeah.
even if they're shit, they're gonna be like, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think just reframing that question, especially if you see someone who's probably a bit down in the dumps, and you can tell by their voice that something's happened that week or something's happened that morning. Maybe just you know, not just how you going, mate, just like ask it twice.
Yeah.
Or how are you really going?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
What's happening in life? What you've been up to?
Yeah.
What's going on? But also with that comes, there are times when to ask and when not to ask.
Yeah.
Because you have to be considerate
Yes.
of that person.
Yeah.
Read the
the
body
room.
language.
Yeah.
Yeah, read the room, because you're not gonna. If it's an open setting, they probably don't wanna tell you their life story
Exactly.
if they're in the room. So back to your question, I think those are really important questions to ask, and especially when it's with your mate, like you know, someone who you spend a lot of time with, someone who shares a lot with you. It's good to just ask, like, oh, how's life going? How's your family going?
Yeah.
You know, how's your partner going? So little questions like that go a long way for people.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, I think the same things, but also just asking those questions, but then listening. I think listening is something a lot of people don't really like, active listening. So trying to get as much information out of the person, just let them speak freely. It takes a whole lot off their minds, and it allows them to, like, silence is the best thing. If you ask someone something and you just stay quiet, it just prompts them to say more and more, and you don't know, but that might be helping them out. So I think just sort of just lending your ears. And
thank you, fellas. Well, those are the 5 things. So I guess to recap, making sure we're eating right, looking after our health, getting the right sleep that we need. If we do drink, you know, knowing when to kind of stop, or taking a break if you need to. If you feel like you're drinking every weekend, just taking a couple of weeks off. And then lastly, obviously, finding exercise, whether it's through playing sport or going to the gym or going for a walk. You know, if you just, like today at lunchtime, I went for a walk. Or even going for a walk to call your mum or your dad, just finding a way to move, you know, and going,
That's right.
especially with their parents back in PNG, just going for a walk outside. And then lastly, I guess, just checking up on our mates, and I guess understanding that each person is going through different things we don't know, so just being there when we can, and obviously understanding that everyone's doesn't want to overshare or they can't. We'll just respect that, but also just being cautious about, or, you know, what can I do to help you? Or if you need a chat, just let me know. Or if you want to go for a walk, or, you know, go watch a footy at a local park or something. You know, one of those things.
And just listening as well. And also last thing, sorry, I'll cut it. Just listening, but not trying to fix the situation. Sometimes it's good. People don't want you to give them a solution. They just want to
want
vent.
someone to talk to.
Yes, that's it.
Boom.
Well, that's it. That's the things. Thank you, fellas. I appreciate the insight there. That's us for tonight.
Thanks, J Money.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, money.
Let's go.
Back in the See you guys.
Latest.